There's a reason why a portion of Cannon Street in front of Tim Hortons Field is named Bernie Faloney Way. Hi, I'm Rick Zamperin, and welcome to the Fifth Quarter Show Legends, a look back at Hamilton's favorite football figures. In our premiere episode, we profiled the great Angelo Mosca, the most feared man in the Canadian Football League. Today, I'm going to tell you about one of Mosca's talented teammates, and one of the most famous players in Ticats and CFL history, Bernie Faloney. Yes, Mr. Quarterback himself. Bernard James Faloney was born in 1932 in Carnegie, Pennsylvania, which was also the birthplace of Pro Football Hall of Famer Mike Ditka and Baseball Hall of Famer Honus Wagner. Faloney began playing baseball and football in high school and joined the University of Maryland, where he lettered in baseball and led the Terrapins football squad to victory in the Sugar Bowl in 1952. In his senior season a year later, Faloney guided the Terps to a 10-0 record and an NCAA national championship. The ACC Player of the Year finished fourth in voting for the Heisman Trophy. And despite being favored by a touchdown, Maryland lost 7-0 to Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl. 4 weeks later, the San Francisco 49ers selected Faloney in the first round, 11th overall in the 1954 NFL Draft, and offered to pay him $9,000 a season to play defensive back and backup quarterback. But Faloney decided to play in Canada instead. You see, Pop Ivy, who coached against Faloney in the Sugar Bowl in 1954, was hired to coach in Edmonton, and he offered Faloney more money, $12,500. And since the Canadian dollar was worth more than the U.S. greenback at the time, well, that choice was rather easy. Faloney enjoyed his first season in Edmonton, which ended with the team winning its first Grey Cup, beating the Montreal Alouettes 26-25 at Varsity Stadium in Toronto, highlighted by Jackie Parker's 90-yard fumble return for the game-winning touchdown with about 3 minutes to play. Over the next 2 years, Faloney, who was 22, did not play football as he had to fulfill his mandatory service in the U.S. Armed Forces, and did so with the Air Force. When his military service ended in 1957, Faloney was a free agent. So he looked around the Canadian Football League and he decided to sign with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, where he went on to become one of the biggest stars in the sport. In his first season with the Cats, Faloney led the team to the Grey Cup Championship, a 32-7 whipping of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Hamilton and Winnipeg would again meet in the title game in 4 of the next 5 years. But for Cats fans, the Bombers won all 4. Wearing the number 92 in his first 3 seasons with Hamilton, Faloney earned the first of his 5 Eastern All-Star Awards in 1958. He changed his jersey number to number 10 in 1960, and a year later, Faloney was named the Canadian Football League's most outstanding player after leading the league with 23 touchdown passes. Faloney led the Cats to 2 more Grey Cup appearances in 1963 and 64, both against the BC Lions. He threw touchdowns to Willie Bethea and Hal Patterson as Hamilton topped the Lions 21-10 at Empire Stadium in Vancouver to win the 1963 title in Ralph Sazio's first season as head coach. But the Lions got their revenge in 1964, beating Hamilton 34-24 at Toronto's C&E Stadium. In 1965, the Ticats replaced Faloney with Frank Cosentino and Joe Zuger, and so Bernie moved on to Montreal for the 1965 and 66 seasons before ending his career in BC in 1967. As of 2024, Bernie Faloney is the only quarterback in CFL history to start 7 Grey Cup games, 1954 with Edmonton and 6 times with the Ticats, in 1957, 58, 59, 61, 63, and 64. The 3-time champion remained in Hamilton after his playing days and started his own construction company. He was elected to the Canadian Football Hall of Fame in 1974 and was inducted to the Ticats Wall of Honor in 1997. Faloney's number 10 was the first to be retired by the team on June 8, 1999. He died of colon cancer 6 days later. Bernie Faloney, the first quarterback to win the Grey Cup with an Eastern and Western team, is a true legend. Thanks for checking out episode 2 of the Fifth Quarter Show Legends. Please give it a like and click subscribe to watch more episodes. The next legend will be revealed next week. And remember to check out the newest edition of the Fifth Quarter Seasons. Until next time, Oski Wee Wee.